Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Texit AllStars live feed tonight, where you can learn more information about crypto mining. We're so excited to have you with us here tonight. I am Cheryl Stockham. Yes, I am the wife of Casper Stockham. And again, we just want to welcome you to crypto mining. So you're probably saying, Cheryl, how did you and Casper get into all this Texas All Stars and crypto mining? Well, I got to be honest with you. I wasn't exactly thrilled when my husband came to me with the information. And I'm going to and be totally transparent. I really didn't understand a whole lot about crypto mining. That's really not my background, but he explained it to me. And once he explained it to me, the first thing I thought about was, okay, I'm going to be open minded. I'm going to listen. And so I challenge all of you to also be open minded tonight. If you are where I was, where you wasn't really sure, maybe didn't have a whole lot of information, but you want to be open so you can hear what he has to say. But one of the things that he brought out to me as he was explaining all about crypto mining was that he said, well, it's like the goose with the golden egg. I said, okay. He said, you can have the golden eggs, or you can get the goose that lays the golden eggs. That's what mining is all about. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that analogy I can understand. And yes, I want the goose. Give me the goose. So after I heard all of the information and went to one of the trainings, when we were all done, I came to my husband very humbly and said, okay, I want a minor too. And that was our beginning. At least that was my beginning. And so I now have my own mining, and things are growing daily, and we are excited about it. So let me introduce you. I don't have there's things up on the screen about me. Um, my background is marketing and training. I've been in a lot of network marketing organizations, have been successful in some and maybe not so much in others, but I enjoyed the journey and I learned a whole lot. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about me. We're going to move this right along, and I want to introduce you to my husband. Yes, Casper Stockham. He has been the world to me. And if you know my husband, you know him to be generous, to be kind, and he's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot about a lot of things. He's had years in marketing, training. He's been an entrepreneur for years. He has managed businesses. He has managed many um, different types of organizations. And he is an all around guy. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking. I just want you to know that he is the one who's here to open up doors for you. So be open minded and hear what he has to say. And without further ado, uh, I am going to present to you my husband, Casper Stockham.
Well, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. So that was my wife. You guys are in for a real treat tonight. We have a great presentation for you, and we have a special guest speaker that will be joining us as well. Give me 1 second here. I had to mute out that. Okay. So, my name is Casper Stockham, and I'm going to talk to you about Texacoin mining. But I'm going to share some bad news with you first. I'm sorry. But what's going on with our dollar right now is pretty bad, right? And it's been losing its value for quite a long time. In fact, back in 1913, when they created the Fed, that didn't really make things better. It kind of made things worse. And we've been sliding downhill ever since. And then in 1971, our President Nixon took us off the gold standard, and things got worse. And they continue to get worse. Give me 1 second. Hey, Cheryl, you're going to have to go to a different room now. Sorry. All right. So, let's see. That was the bad news. The good news is crypto mining and crypto has become more acceptable, more mainstream. In fact, you look at Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan, all these banking facilities they were really dismissing crypto as a fad or as something that wasn't really anything that's going to be a mainstream currency. But that today has changed dramatically. All the large banks today are now participating in crypto. In fact, they used to say that if you were an employee, they wouldn't even let you buy crypto. But now they want to manage crypto assets. That's how mainstream crypto has become. And then when you look at Coinbase, Coinbase is a crypto management type platform to where you can have your crypto assets into Coinbase. You can trade and buy and sell crypto. Well, Coinbase was traded or starting to trade on the S&P 500 back in June, and it surged 43% in June, making it the top performing stock on the S&P 500. So crypto is becoming mainstream, and it's even more mainstream because several months ago, President Trump signed the Genius Act, making cryptocurrency even more available to the U.S. market. And the Genius Act really just kind of puts up some guardrails so that now we can really start to get more involved with crypto without all the stigma surrounding it. It kind of attached the dollar to the cryptocurrency market. Now, with that said, there's still some challenges, right? We still have some hurdles to overcome with the banking system, and we're still seeing some of those challenges, but it's getting better and better every day. Now, President Trump also signed an executive order that allows the cryptocurrencies to be attached to our 401ks. Again, bringing it more mainstream. We still have a ways to go, but it's a lot better than it was several years ago. Now, how many of you have heard of Bitcoin? You know, the show of hands, how many of you guys have heard of Bitcoin? Well, I heard of Bitcoin back when it was like $50 a coin. That was back when it was like a hobby and people were talking about it. People were holding Bitcoin and buying Bitcoin. And I'm trying to figure out, why are they spending their hard earned money on something you can't touch, you can't feel it, you can't even spend it really. You're just holding it because one day it's going to become valuable. We didn't understand it back then. It was looked at as a hobby. Then it became a venture. Like in 2012, 2016, it became a venture. People started actually making money with Bitcoin and different programs connected to Bitcoin. And it started to scale up from 16 to 20. And people started making some really good money. And a lot of larger corporations started to pay attention. But now it's become a corporate entity of its own. And it's pretty much an institution. So Bitcoin now is trading at around 118 to 120,000 per coin. I saw it at $50 a coin. Now it's 118,000 per coin. So a lot of us, including the founder of Texit, we missed out on it. We didn't get it back then. We were right there, could have taken advantage of it, but we didn't. So now it's time for us to really take advantage of the current situation. It's time to start crypto mining. And that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. We're going to be talking about crypto mining. And we're going to be talking about Texit. And for us, Texit is like the Bitcoin time machine. Because Bobby Gray, who I'm going to be talking about a little bit later, he's the founder of Texit. He has looked at how Bitcoin rose to where it's at now. And he's also seen some of the challenges that Bitcoin was supposed to solve but didn't. So we're going back in the Bitcoin time machine and we're going to start doing it right going forward. So you are in the right place at the right time. So some folks say, well, why Texit? Well, one, because it's based in the U.S. soil. Now, when I first heard about Texit from a friend of mine named Dan, he invited me to a meeting. In fact, our guest speaker tonight, it was his meeting that I went to. And I met him and I met Greg Knox and Carl and some other leaders. And he said crypto. And I said, I'm out. I'm not even interested. I don't even want to go to the meeting now because it's crypto. He said, no, you got to check this out. It's crypto mining. Go meet Greg and go meet Thomas and those guys. And I said, oh, man, but because it was Dan, I said, I'll go to the meeting. But I was pretty confident I was not going to like what I saw or what I was going to see because I had lost money in crypto and I was not interested in losing any more money. And in fact, I called a good friend of mine and I told him on my way over, I said, Dan, has this crypto thing. I'm gonna go look at it, but don't worry, I'm not gonna get involved because it's crypto. And both of us, I was on the phone with the guy, said both of us have lost money in crypto. But when I went over, what I found is what I'm going to show you right now, which is it's based in America. It's based in Texas. It's based in McKinney, Texas. We have a corporate address, right? We know who's running this deal. Most of the other crypto programs that I was in before, we didn't know who was running it. We didn't know anything about the owner or where they were or how to reach them. I was just on a call literally right before this call with the founder of Texit, and he's sharing with us the updates, what's going on with the equipment, when when more equipment is coming in, when it's going to be turned on and installed. That is unheard of in this industry as far as that level of transparency, and it even gets better than that. Another thing is the mine is crowdfunded, so it's not pre-mined coins. People talk about XRP all the time. Well, XRP is a pre-mined coin. In other words, there's no mining opportunity attached to it. They release a certain amount of coins every so often and stuff, and that potentially helps with the growth of the coin. With ours, we mine the coin daily. So we're building out the mining infrastructure, the crowdfunding to build out that infrastructure. That's how we're able to earn commissions, and we'll talk more about that later. But that's different than how these other coins are put in the market. Each mining position produces passive coins daily for the next 135 years. Now, when we say passive, we really mean passive. So you can buy a miner, and we'll talk more about that later. You can buy a miner, and then you can just sit on it. You don't have to tell anybody about it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to press any buttons. All you have to do is just buy a miner and then go back to your life, if that's what you want to do. So it's passive, and it creates legacy wealth for the next 135 years. Now, coins are held by the mining partner in a secure cold storage wallet. Bobby Gray is the inventor of the cold storage coin, which you will see. I'll have a picture of it here shortly. He invented that technology, and he sold it to other cryptocurrencies because one of the challenges, if you lose your passphrase and your login information, if your phone gets destroyed, a lot of people lost millions of dollars because they couldn't get back into their crypto account. Well, if you have a cold storage coin, as long as you have the coin, you can get back into your account. So it was a very popular product. Still today is a very popular product, and that's where our mined coins go into. But I don't have to ask Bobby, can I sell my coin? Right? Nobody's in charge of my coin but me. So I can take my coins to the market every day if I want, and I can sell them on the open market and get USDC, which is US dollars, sent to my account. Also, once mined, the coins are liquid. I just mentioned that, right? So it can be sold on multiple exchanges every day if you want, and you can cash out daily because people ask us that all the time. Crowdfunding option to earn while you learn. Now, because of the crowdfunding aspects to it, there's two sides. There's passive, and then there's the crowdfunding side. And you can earn up to a maximum of $3,000 per tracking center per week if that's what you want to do, but you don't have to do that. Now, the founder, Bobby Gray, is an expert in alternative currencies and very transparent. He's spoken in front of U.S. Congress. He was invited to U.S. Congress almost 10, 15 years ago to speak, invited by Ron Paul to speak to Congress about alternative currencies. So he's been around the industry for some time. He's big on branding awareness using traditional advertising, billboards, radio, airport ads, and you're going to see a hot air balloon with our Texit logo on it that they have an event happening in Texas here pretty soon. More and more retailers are accepting TXC for payments, and that's part of our phase 2 rollout to where restaurants and retail shops and you name it are accepting Texit as payment, and that's a peer-to-peer payment type transaction. And Texit mining community is growing and currently over 18,000. This slide is old. I didn't even get a chance to change it. We're now over, I think, 23,000 miners and growing. Now the goal is to have 1 million mines. So this is a limited time situation. Now is the time to build out your mine, because once the mine is built, this side of it, the crowdfunding side, goes away, but the mining continues forever, or for at least 135 years. This is a quick snapshot of kind of where we started out in October 2024 at 2.8 cents. And in March, it was like 45 cents. But today, and I just took these numbers today, we're at $3.14 as of today. We have surpassed 100 times growth from when we started to today. That's pretty impressive, but it gets even more impressive. This is just a quick snapshot of the months of a year's worth of trading with Texit on the open market. And as you can see, this is a stair-step type pattern. It's not up and down, and this is not a pump and dump situation. The stair-step growth that's happening with Texit is phenomenal. Now, this is not financial information. I'm not a financial planner. It's not financial advice. I'm just kind of sharing what's happening with Texit right now. And people ask, well, how real is this mining operation that you guys are building? It's very real. If you look at that top picture, that's Bobby in front of some of our mining equipment, the server units and so forth. And these are some of the earlier ones. We've got some pictures of some larger units that we are installing, like right now, installing them, putting them online. We have this unit here is a fog hashing unit. We have our Texit logo on it, and this unit is being installed at this location here. And we haven't turned the power on yet, but we're still getting it installed and getting everything hooked up. I believe the power is going to be turned on here in about a week or so. And we're going to have about 20, I think 25 or 26 of these units scattered throughout Texas for our mining operation. So when the government looks at it and says, well, yeah, but are you building a mine? Yes, sir, we absolutely are. And here's the proof. We have equipment being installed all over Texas. Here are some of our leaders that visited Bobby. This has been almost about 5 or 6 months ago now. Time has flown by, but they went to go see Bobby in person and check out some of the mining equipment, and they were sticking their fingers in the liquid cooling solution that was in those boxes back in the day. This is a image of the actual cold storage coin that you'll get in the mail when you join as a miner. And it's kind of hard to comprehend, but all of your coins will be loaded onto this one coin. And you want to keep this coin very safe. You want to keep it with your gold and silver and your precious metals, because as Texit grows, as your mining as your goose is laying the golden eggs, as those grow, they're all going to be on this coin. So this coin is going to become super valuable. So you want to keep it safe with all your precious items. Texit is like the goose that's laying the golden eggs. And my wife mentioned it earlier. Do you want the goose, or you just want to keep buying golden eggs? Well, I want the goose. Now, we have the goose now. Every time someone joins us with a miner, every day, literally every day, you get coins dropped into your account. Those are the golden eggs that the goose is laying. And this slide here is out of date because it's from last week. So we are over 54 million in revenue, and it shows a breakdown of where those funds go when it goes to commission payouts, advertising, purchasing of equipment, salaries. All that stuff is all accessible and available. Even if you don't log in to the Texit site, you can see all this information. And I've been around and analyzed a lot of companies over the years, folks. I've never seen any company in or out of this industry that is this transparent. Because typically, to get these kind of numbers, you have to go to a stockholders meeting at the end of the year, and then they say, oh, by the way, this is what we did for the year, this is how much we spent, this is how much we made. That's when you get this kind of information. With Texit, you're getting it daily right on the front of the website. Now, the bottom right is where it shows the amount of miners that are in place right now. And this slide is old. Like I said, it's a week old. Now I think we're over 23,000 miners. Here are some of the advertising that's going on all over Texas. These are old slides, obviously. It was showing 20 cents, 57 cents, a dollar, and so forth. These are in Texas. Here are some of the advertising going on at the airports in Texas. We're in the Dallas airport, the Houston airport, and I believe the Austin airport, and now other locations as well. So myself and a few hundred Texacoin folks, we won a trip to go to Vegas. And while we were in Vegas, they had these trucks driving up and down the strip, these advertising billboard trucks. So that was fun to see them there. We were there for a cryptocurrency convention in Vegas. So that was a whole lot of fun. And we got a chance to experience what it's like to be crypto rich. And I enjoyed it tremendously. Here are some of the cars that are wrapped, and they're rolling out a lot more cars. People are winning these cars. Some are leasing them. Some are winning the cars outright, and they're wrapping them with Texacoin. And here is a picture of a hot air balloon that's going to be going up here. I didn't hear the actual date of when this event's going to happen, but it's going to be very soon here in the next few weeks. Maybe Thomas can share that with us. Here are some images of us when we were in Vegas, kind of hanging out. Like I said, we had a super great time there in Vegas. And there's a picture of me and Bobby. So I asked him to take a picture, but somebody had just told a super funny joke, and he was laughing, and they took the pictures. That was kind of cool. And then me and Dan in the bottom right there, he's holding a copy of my book. If you get involved with Texacoin, you really need to have a crypto wallet. And a crypto wallet is like a crypto bank account. So you have your dollar, US dollar bank account, Wells Fargo, Chase, or whatever, for your US dollars. But you need a crypto wallet to handle your cryptocurrency. These are just four of many. There are a bunch of different crypto wallets out there. I have a Coinbase account. In fact, I have all of these. I have Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, and Trust Wallet, and a bunch of others. But they're all free to get. And then you want to have your crypto sent to it. And you need these wallets if you want to trade in crypto. Because even if you sell your coin, you have to be able to send that sold crypto to your crypto wallet. Here's a process of what that looks like, actually. So you take your crypto coin. It takes about 10 minutes to get your coin from your account to a trading platform like Dextrade or Bitmart. Then it takes about another, once it's sold, it takes about another 4 to 20 minutes to get it back to your crypto wallet. And that's why you need a crypto wallet. And then you can transfer it from your crypto wallet to your bank account. So Chase, Wells Fargo, what have you. Now, a lot of us, we don't even send it to our bank anymore because what's the point? You can have a debit card attached to your crypto wallet. So you can just, once you do that trade and send the crypto to your crypto wallet, you can use your debit card anywhere you shop right now. You can go to the movies, car repairs. You can buy a car, sell a car. You can do all that through your debit card connected to your crypto wallet. So one of the cool things about Texacoin, the reason why I really started to lean into it, is because of the crowdfunding aspect to it. Now you can just buy a miner or 2 or 3 or 9, and you can just hold it just like you were holding a stock or something like that. You can just hold on to it. Or you can tell somebody about it. Now, last week my wife and I went to a new restaurant here in town called Dave's Hot Wings. Or Dave's Hot Chicken, excuse me, Dave's Hot Chicken. And I like spicy food. So they have this list of all the different spices, and then they have this one at the bottom. It said like Inferno or something. And I'm like, give me that one. I want the Inferno. But the guy said, okay, you're going to have to sign a waiver if you take this option. And I'm saying, well, what? I have to sign a waiver? He said, yeah, you have to sign a waiver. Well, he talked me out of the option. I don't want to sign. I felt like I was going to die if I tried that Inferno sauce. So I got the one right above that one. It was just like extra hot. I didn't want the Inferno because I had to sign a waiver for it. But my point is, I'm talking about Dave's Hot Chicken. It was a great experience, great chicken, but Dave's not going to pay me for that. They're not going to give me one single dime for that. But with Texacoin, if you share this, and there's a limited window, but if you share this now and help us grow out this mining operation, you're going to be handsomely rewarded. It's a very simple plan, like really simple, one page. You have 3 points on your left and 3 points on your right, you earn $1,000. If you get another 6 points on your left and 6 points on your right, you earn $2,000. And if you have 9 points on your left and 9 points on your right, you earn $3,000. Well, I've already done this several times, all different levels. I've already done this. In fact, this week I'm already scheduled to max out again at $3,000. So it's a very easy plan to work if you share this with people. Again, you don't have to. That's it. No hoops, no hurdles, no unlocks. Just volume, structure, and results. It's like super simple. There's some additional parts to the comp plan that you can get familiarized with. If you want, we can answer those questions for you as we're doing this presentation. In fact, if you have questions, feel free to start typing them in the chat. We have some folks commenting already, but if you have questions, feel free to type them in. Between myself and Thomas, we'll definitely get your questions answered. It's easy to get started with Texacoin. You can get a builder pack, which is the best place to start if you just want to get the largest, fastest mining growth opportunity in place. Whether you build it or not, it gives you 900 mega hash. You might not understand mega hash, but it's just more mining power. More mining capacity is all it means. But you'll have 900 mega hash, and that's a really good mining pack to get. That's the max. Or you can get a tri-pack, and there's other packs in between, but the tri-pack, you get 300 mega hash mining power, and that's 3,000. Or you can get one mine, it's 995 one time, and that's very important. This is not, you have to pay weekly or monthly or yearly, there's no renewal fee. It's just a one-time purchase of a miner, and that's it. You get 100 mega hash, and you get access to the back office to track your progress of your miner. There are some specials running right now. I think these are still active. Buy 5, you get 1 free, or you buy 9, you get 2 free. I think those are still active. Now this is a slide here that really got me, because I'm trying to figure out, how did Bobby know back in December of 2024 what the numbers are going to be roughly going to be today? This is a handwritten chart. It may be hard to see, so I'm going to show you a electronic version of it. And this is the same numbers, just kind of typed out. So we're in September, folks. I told you the coin was trading for $3.14. Bobby projected with the chart, and it's a planned chart, and I can show you the plan. But he projected that we'd be at $2.75. Well, we're at $3.14. So he under projected where we would be at. Now he also projected that by October we're going to be at $3.79. November we're going to be at $5.29. End of the year we're going to be at $7.45. And in February we're going to be at $16.69. So my question to you is very simple. Where is the best place for you to jump in to Texacoin and get a miner? This is a simple solution. He's been on track since December of 2024. He's been underestimating. So where's the best place for you to jump into this and join us and get a miner or 2 or 3 or 9? Just saying. So somebody says, well, so what's the plan? Well, we have this thing called Path to 16. And part of the plan is to have enough liquidity in place so there's no pump and dumps. And he has accounts set up right now with USD, with Bitcoin, with Ethereum. We're going to have gold bullion in place and different liquidity accounts set up to make sure that Texacoin is a solid program going all the way through the building of that mine. So we make sure that we stay out of trouble with the regulators, and we make sure that we don't have any pump and dumps. This is a phenomenal situation. Now somebody will say, Casper, I have silver and gold. It's solid. It's a continual growth. You're correct. I use some of our silver, and my wife didn't tell you about this, but she can maybe pop on to tell you. I use some of our silver to buy our miner. And she said, "Are you going to spend our silver on this mining operation?" I said, "No, ma'am. I'm reinvesting it." And it has been a phenomenal reinvestment. Again, this is not financial information. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just telling you what happened for us. Now, these numbers are based upon us reaching $16 within the next year, and it's actually within the next 6 months. So if you look at silver, you take $1,000 in silver over the course of a year, it's going to have about a 15% return, give or take. These are not exact numbers because the market is up and down. If you take gold, $1,000 in gold is actually has less return right now than silver. But again, those two go back and forth, right? So this is not exact, but it's pretty close. Now, Bitcoin, $1,000 in Bitcoin, it's growing at about 134%. That's why people are excited about Bitcoin, because it's a good place. Again, not financial advice, but it's a good place to put some money. And people talk about XRP. XRP is hot. It's at 408%, give or take, right now. That's pretty good. XRP's been around since 2012. That's pretty good. However, if you get a Texit coin, you put $1,000 in Texit coin. Right now, we're at over 1,000%. Over 1,000. And if you get a miner, it's even better, because the miner keeps mining those coins. So it's like, again, it's the goose that's laying the golden eggs, or you can just buy the golden eggs. But it's better to have the goose, as long as the goose is producing. All right. So now I want to bring on our special guest. And before I do that, though, I have to play this for you, and then I'll bring on our special guest. Give me 1 second here.
Thomas Dubois is a passionate motivator and teacher.
My name is Thomas Dubois, and I'm a multiple business owner, father, entrepreneur, and keynote speaker.
He has brought many companies to the top and is considered a sponsoring giant. He has helped sales and marketing professionals around the country.
You know, I've been there, I've done it. I was homeless, I was without anything, and you know, God found it fit to keep me around for a while.
Thomas has failed and learned and has overcome to gain a livable income by caring about others' successes as much as his own.
A regular everyday guy that's done a couple things. I've taken action and overcome. And I'm going to portray that into helping you to do the same. Whether it's becoming a better entrepreneur today, whether it's getting started as an entrepreneur today.
Get ready to learn the truths you need to know to set correct expectations.
Teaching people how to make a livable income instead of a far-fetched dream income. We definitely got to stay in touch. We definitely got to connect together. This is about collaborating and doing great things together.
Get ready to discover how to create victory after victory along this awesome journey of life.
I'm going to help you to do the right things in business and to become just a little bit better of an entrepreneur today than when we started. So my goal is to serve you.
Please help me welcome your friend and servant leader, the man full of passion, Thomas Dubois, aka Tommy Boy.
All right, I want to introduce Mr. Thomas Dubois to you. I have not been able to call him Tommy Boy yet. I'm working up to that. But Thomas Dubois is a multiple business owner. He's an entrepreneur and keynote speaker. He's a six-figure income earner, published author, servant leader, and Texit Ranger. Folks, please help me welcome Mr. Thomas Dubois.
That bio's a little humbling. It was quite a few years ago, but love it. And you can call me Tommy Boy anytime you want, especially if it'll help ice break somebody into being a little bit relaxed when it comes to crypto, a little bit relaxed when it comes to Texit coin, because we just want to see people blessed, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, do you want me to just kind of roll, or for a second?
Yes, it's all yours, my friend.
All right. Well, first of all, I did look up the Plano Balloon Festival for you, and that is September 18th through the 22nd, through the 21st. And so I understand that some people might even be able to take a ride in those things. I'm a little bit nervous of that. I don't know. A little bit of fishing on a boat is more my style, but But that balloon festival is in September 18th and to 21st. Secondly, as I think about Texacoin, I just think about how many people are winning. And I'm a simple guy that keeps things simple. A lot of times, people want to get into all of the intricate details of things. I can't even say the word. Nevertheless, get it all out there. But what I do know is that I take good things, I share them, and I share them fast, and I love up on people in the process. And here, the reason that was so simple and so easy is because the passive side is so wonderful and easy.
Yes.
My sister-in-law today. I don't think she'll mind me telling this story, but a lot of times when I get on, I want to tell you guys what happened today, not what happened a week ago or whatnot. Although last week was my biggest week in Texacoin as far as sharing it goes, but I know this, that my sister-in-law today sent me some TXC coin, and that paid off some things that we helped each other. She helps me way more than I help her, but I helped her a little bit financially, and she sent me TXC coin for that today. And how cool is it, by passively getting involved in something with your family members, that you're paying off debt, that you're getting ahead? Because she didn't nearly send me all that she's got. She just sent me a little chunk.
Yeah.
And so gotta love that. Also, I want to talk about everybody winning today.
Yes.
Everybody's winning. That passive side of it is so good that the sharing side just totally makes sense.
Right.
Because I feel like if somebody gets in front of me, I don't feel good about not sharing it with them. And I know Cheryl and Casper feel the exact same way. That if they don't share it with somebody, and that I'll leave a restaurant like that wing place. I'd leave there feeling like I missed an opportunity if I didn't open my mouth about it. You know what I mean? That's just a little quick example. But I want to share with you something about our team today. I transposed and I made a mistake on a wire transfer, and I put a wrong wire number on. Okay. So to a new bank that I have, and in the process, 4 of my teammates, three right up front, 4 of my teammates went to work, called their bank, said, "Hey, we got a mistake here. This was from wires that were sent yesterday. We got a mistake that was made," and by God's grace, every single one of them got rectified because teammates care about each other and fixed a human error all today. I don't know what that means to you guys, but it means a lot to me. And let me tell you how it means a lot to me and my family, because it was $24,000 total. $24,000 total that I would have lost simply because I made a little human error. So I am so grateful for this team, so grateful for the people that we're pushing forward with, so grateful for Texacoin to have great values, great people, great things, and we're working together to accomplish goals. Everybody's got different goals. We know that, the why before the how. My why is to have multiple generations of my family Texacoin, and they're all coming up this weekend. All my grandbabies are coming up, and guess what the topic's going to be for the 8-year-old? Texacoin.
Texacoin.
I'm telling you, it's going to be.
Yeah.
And we, I'll leave you with this, and then we can answer any questions, do whatever you want, or you can ask me whatever you'd like. But it's really we have we've been honored to have 3 homeschooled young children in Colorado Springs, and those 3 homeschooled young children are my grandbabies, and they were teaching them to set some goals. And this is my favorite thing in the world to tell, by the way. But they're teaching them to set some goals, and they have a big goal. It's this big, audacious goal, Casper, to have a rich grandpa.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I like their goals, let me tell you. And Texacoin is sure helping in that. It's about diversification. everything that you talked about on here with silver and gold and all that stuff. It's about diversification. But I got it right here in my hand. I'm on Coinbase. I mean, a Coin Market Cap, which is a third party that tells. And if this kind of diversification isn't good for your portfolio, 2,147% year to date.
See,
That is what we are live right now. You go to Coin Market Cap yourself, guys, and go to Texit Coin, and there it is, $3.14. Casper, when me and you got started, when we were having that meeting, we were talking about 42 cents then.
yes, sir. Yes,
Man,
sir. When
we are happy boys now, aren't we?
when I finally made a decision, it was 54 cents.
Oh, you stalled. See, I don't understand ready, start, aim. I do this. I mean, ready, start, go. I go, ready, start. So,
Right. Yeah.
all right. How can I serve you? How can I help?
Yeah, I have a question regarding when I first saw this 5 months ago, when you were talking about it, we were talking about potentially going for about 2 years or so to build the mine. And then recently I heard it was it's going to be about a year. And now some are saying it could even be less than a year. So can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Well, you talked about the road to 16, so that was awesome. When we got started, we were talking about 2 years, but they didn't quite understand what they had their hands on when they put a group like us together, and we started to open our big mouths. And we've grown this thing. It was 3,000 members then. In 6 months, we're at 15,000 or something like that.
20,
so
are
we at 25?
Yeah, but it's 20 something. Yeah, 20
something thousand. So there you go. So we've grown it just a lot. Well, that is one of the equations in that factoring of getting those miners sold. You got to figure that each person has an average probably of 5 miners, if not more. I know that I have more. I know that all my family members have more than that. So you got to kind of figure that into the equation. We're only going to be selling a million miners, and so a million hash. And so I have been told that it's less than a year. I am acting as if it's less than a year and trying to get to all the people that I love and care about, because they have less than a year to participate on this side of it. Now, they'll be able to participate just like all the other cryptocurrencies and all the other things out there. They'll be able to participate in it. But what about participating in Apple while they're in the garage? We're basically still in the garage. We're not far out of the garage. And we're up 2,000%. Okay, so we're basically out of the garage. So imagine being a part of that. That's what everybody has the opportunity of now. And there should be a fear of loss for I in sales I teach fear of loss. With selling a car to somebody or insurance or something. But here the fear of loss is kind of real, because once we sell those miners, we're done selling miners here. Now, will he potentially do another farm somewhere in another country or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know for this opportunity right here in the United States, in Dallas, Texas, in McKinney, Texas, that the opportunity is right now, and that we've exploded it around the world to the tune of, like you say, they're going to Thailand to spread the word at the biggest event of the year. So Jiminy Christmas, now and next to now is how I'd start thinking about this thing.
Yeah. One of the questions was concerning all the regulatory issues that potentially could come up, not specifically the Texit coin, but just in general. And my initial response would be, in the last administration, not to get political, but the last administration, I'd be a little bit more concerned than I am this year, because this current administration is definitely positive, leaning into cryptocurrency, and has put their signature to things strengthening cryptocurrency. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I'm going to keep it really, really simple, and this just came to my heart. I've never said it this way. You don't got to worry about those things if you're not doing anything wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Bobby's going right down the road that how he's taken off where Bitcoin started, and creating a coin just like all the other coins out there. All the
Mm-hmm.
battles have been fought already. All of
Yep.
the lessons have been learned already, and we get to follow that path because of the pioneers before. We're so grateful for those Bitcoin runners.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobby's been creating solutions for this industry since at least 2017, because that's
Yeah.
when I first bought my first cold storage wallets.
Yeah.
Now he knows the years. I'm just telling you that I bought the product that he had to help people keep their cryptocurrency safe all the way
Right.
back then. So
Right.
he's brilliant. The guy's brilliant.
Yeah.
For one, he's funny. He's kind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what more do you ask? But I think the more I talk, the more it doesn't matter. If we're doing things right,
Right.
right things will happen.
There
We're
you go.
watching the blessings happen. We're
There you
watching
go.
everybody. Gosh, could you imagine regulatory coming after us and for something stupid, and all of the people just going, "Are you kidding me?" I mean, that would be like,
Yeah. If we're, and to
you
your
know,
point, okay, if we're not building the mine, then we have something to worry about.
right?
But if
But we're building them
and
up.
Bobby said, yeah, he said it today. He said, look, guys, we have to build the mine because if we don't, then I go to jail. So we
Yeah.
are building the mine.
He did say that today.
Yeah, he said, we're building the mine because I'm not going to jail. So yeah, that's, we're doing all the right things to your point. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to close this out for us, and then we'll kind of move on with our evening. All right, folks, you heard it from the man himself. This is we're definitely in the right place at the right time. So this is simple. It's a cut and paste business. If you can cut and paste, you can do this business. There are a couple of sites you need to know about. MineTXC.com is a corporate website. That's how you can log into your back office as well. We have help.mine.txt, get all your questions answered. Start there first. You can go to Texit AllStars.com. It's a generic introduction to Texit Coin. And then it's our team site as well. So a lot of team information, calendars, trainings, recordings, events. All those are all listed on TexitAllStars.com. It's really, really that simple. Hey guys, thank you for joining us this evening. Thomas, thank you for being our special guest. And folks, get your questions answered. Get back to the person that sent you to this, and let's hop on this rocket ship. It's time to go. It's a limited time. The seats are limited on this ship, so let's get on it and let's make it happen. We'll talk to you. Bye bye.
Amazing job, both Casper and Cheryl. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.